Lopez wants it away.
And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza, and the Mets lead 3-2. Matto behind the net. Sweeps it in front. He's gone! Matto! 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 Stefan Matto! And the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby! But it's Mount Vancouver! Anthony for three. Puts it in! Next by one with 8.2 remaining!
Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He's come down here and he says the Jets are going to win. In fact, he doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory.
His first at-bat of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run. The Yankees go to the World Series.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Come on!
That is right. Here we go. May 23rd on Monday. It is 4:01 p.m. Welcome to WHPC Sports Talk. Let me just say, this intro, man. I know we played it last week, but this is the best one we got, and it's not even close. I'm Michael Merlo. I'm joined by Anthony Deus and Matt Leonard. How we doing, guys?
Doing all right. Got a little headache on the left side of my head, but we're doing all right.
Is that new? That just happened?
Like last Thursday.
Oh, I thought you were saying because I'm kind of to the left of you. I'm giving you a headache.
Well,
not really though, because I'm not to the left of you. Yeah,
that'd be.
I thought that was a shot.
He's very directionally aware. Very
great spatial awareness from the host today.
I thought it was a shot, so I'm sorry.
No,
but yeah, I love this song. I love this intro. It's
this is
great.
Really great. Yeah.
And there's a lot to get to, of course, today. You know, it's a Monday. Lots happened over the weekend, especially with the New York Yankees. Not only did they lose 2 out of 3, but I think they got other issues on the horizon here. But we're going to get to them and what's going on the field in a little bit. We do want to start off with this very interesting story, though. The incident that's happened between Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson. Now, this stems back to a couple of weeks ago, not this weekend, last weekend, when the Yankees were in Chicago, and there was a pickoff attempt at third base. Anderson was on third, and Donaldson caught the ball and had an aggressive tag on him, no?
Mm-hmm. And blocking the base pad.
And he was blocking the base pad. Now, they called him safe, obviously, because what he did was illegal. And that kind of started something. There was a little beef, and they were going back and forth. And now the Sox are in town. I never really called the White Sox.
Yeah, it was weird.
The White Sox were in town this weekend, and an issue happened with Josh Donaldson and Tim Anderson, and to me, this is pretty easy to sum up, but Jackie Robinson, excuse me, trying to really get my thoughts here. So Josh Donaldson called Tim Anderson Jackie because Tim Anderson did an interview with Sports Illustrated in 2019 claiming that he was like Jackie Robinson in today's game. What do you guys think of this?
It's a very bold comparison, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yes. Because if you guys aren't going to say something, I will.
You want me to talk?
I did give you the floor, but no,
all right,
hold on.
All right.
Here's the thing. I think they're both wrong. Okay? In a sense. I think Tim Anderson is fantastic for the game of baseball, and they use him to go to other communities that, it's not maybe where basketball's popular in one part of the city and baseball's not. That's just the way it is, in some of these areas because it's not that easy to play baseball.
I like the city he plays in, Chicago.
Right, and baseball uses him to grow the game, and that is a fantastic thing. They want kids of color, of anything, of every ethnicity to be playing baseball because they want to grow the sport. And that's a fantastic idea, and they should do that, okay? And he's great with that. He's great off the field. He does charities. He's great with kids, all of that. And on the baseball field, he's energetic. He's fun. He's flashy. Remember when he hit the walk-off at Field of Dreams? Yep. He was pumping his jersey, pumping his fist, going crazy. He is great for the game of baseball. But don't compare yourself to Jackie Robinson. Don't say you're like Jackie Robinson. Nobody was like Jackie Robinson. Nobody will ever be like Jackie Robinson in sports history. And that door should be closed right there.
It's one thing if you're talking about the play style, but Jackie Robinson is an icon not just in baseball history, in the history of this country. So, where are you going? What do you? Oh.
He's fixing his volume.
Okay. Anyway, Jackie Robinson is, like I said, he's not just an icon in baseball. He's an icon in the history of the United States of America. Like
he's bigger than sports.
He's way bigger than sports. And to compare yourself to someone like that is, like Anthony said, bold. That's pretty bold.
And he didn't say he is Jackie Robinson. He said he's like Jackie Robinson.
I understand that because he does a lot for the African American community and all that. I get that.
Right,
that makes sense.
You're comparing yourself to a historical figure that did
exactly
a lot, not only for the game of baseball, but for the country as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's a very young career for Tim Anderson so far. That's a very, very bold claim. But, I wonder if Josh Donaldson doesn't have the foresight to see where his comments could be misconstrued.
That's a good point, too.
Because...
Didn't he call it an inside joke or something?
Right, but you're not saying it as a joke.
No.
And, even if he were doing it to say, hey, you're making a mockery of him, comparing himself to such a historical figure, the way you went about it makes it seem like your intentions weren't that.
What's really funny to me is the way Donaldson explained it at the end, and I wish, I had more time. I would have pulled up the clip. I thought about it doing it before, but I was at work, pulling up Donaldson's clip, because he sounds like an idiot. Because he claims, like you guys just said...
Hey, that's a $25 million idiot.
Yes, sorry. It was an accident. Not an accident, it's an inside joke. It does not seem like it's an inside joke. It may be an inside joke between Josh Donaldson and somebody else... But at any point, these guys clearly do not like Josh Donaldson. Not only Tim Anderson, but other players in that locker room have had issues with Donaldson in the past, and now this season. So what made Josh Donaldson, even if it was an inside joke, what made him think it would be a good idea after the series you just had in Chicago and the incidents you've had over the past few years with that team, that it would be a good idea to say that now?
Liam Hendricks, the closer for the White Sox, had a great quote about the inside joke thing. He said, inside jokes are for people that are friendly with each other and they have a joke they made up or something. It's not for people that hate each other. That makes no sense.
Exactly. And you gotta show me proof of when these two were buddy-buddy.
Right, and I don't think there was ever
I don't think there's any proof.
And there are less incriminating ways of, because his main thing is to get under the opponent's skin.
Yes.
Right. Again, this circles back. You didn't think there was a better way of doing that instead of going to a route where, let's say, your intentions weren't hateful? You don't think there was a better way of doing it?
Of course. Listen, in that situation, I understand he's a trash talker, and he's the type of guy that, on the outside, you don't like. Yankee fans hated this guy last season for his comments about... the sticky stuff and Garrett Cole. Yankee fans did not like this guy. Now he's on your team, and I understand that. He's the type of guy that gets under people's skins. He's a bleep talker, and if he's on your team, you love him. And if he's not, you hate him. I don't like him. I think he's a bleep starter. I do. I'm adding the bleeps. I'm like good. Like it's almost like a computer.
But we saw him as Mets fans with the Braves. It was the same thing.
Yeah, he gets under people's skins, and that's okay. That's fine. And I don't think his comments were racist. Do I think they were inappropriate? Yes. Do I think they should have been said? Absolutely not.
Like, you don't think if you're trying to get under Tim Anderson's skin, you couldn't have said, hey, maybe the 4-game suspension he had at the beginning of the season. You couldn't keep your mouth quiet with the umpire. Like, there are better ways. That's the point. This is really we don't know the intent. I'm assuming Donaldson has the brains not to be racist here, right? You'd have to hope he's not that stupid.
You hope so.
But then again,
we'll find out. They're investigating it. We'll find out.
You're saying something so stupid that could be just taken any which way, and you shouldn't have said it to begin with. You're being so stupid.
And it puts Major League Baseball in a very difficult spot, because if you do fine him or you do suspend him, there's going to be people that are very upset about this. Now, I don't think he should get anything. I think they should talk to him. I think they should say this shouldn't be allowed. You got to stop what you do. You got time and place, okay? But I don't think he should be fined, and I don't think he should be suspended, because you're towing a really difficult line here, because some people do believe it's racist, and some people do believe it's not racist, and there's no proof. You can't prove this, one way or the other. So for the people that, like myself, that just think it's a little bit of inappropriate trash talking, still, you can't suspend him for trash talking. So you can't do that.
We're assuming this Jackie comment went back to the previous series and series before that. in previous years?
I don't
Because
know.
let's say if this is just
He did play for the Twins, so he was a division
right.
rival.
So
at one
let's
point.
just say that this comment was said in this past series, right? You telling me you couldn't have done something with the last series about you're being a crybaby. Like, I keep circling back to this because it's so stupid that you would put yourself in such a position to be under the spotlight saying something so stupid. That's the recurring theme here. Stupidity.
If you watch the interview, it was right after the game because it came out right away, what he said, and he admitted to it. Right before he goes to explain his, BS answer, he closes his eyes. He's like, let me explain the backstory. And then he pauses, closes his eyes, and then opens them as he turns his head. And it's like, all I know, what he's about to say is a lie.
Yep.
What he is about to say, you can just tell when somebody's lying. And right then and there, I said he's about to lie about something. And he did. I think it was a complete lie. I don't think there's any situation in which those two are friends. And by the way, did he get the last laugh last night, Tim Anderson?
Oh, yeah.
With a nice 3-run shot to put that game away. And let's move on to that now. Enough of that. Let's talk about the New York Yankees. They did lose their first series since the middle of April against the Orioles. They got the Orioles coming to town to start a 3-game set this week. But Anthony, not the greatest weekend for the New York Yankees. 1 run in 18 innings.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to be too much of an alarmist here.
No, you shouldn't be. I'm not either.
Because you're playing a very good White Sox team, a team that gets hits, and they shut you down. I mean, you smoked them the last series, but you do hope these bats come alive. And I mean, this is a big series. I mean, this is like a prove-it series where you can take 2 out of 6 games.
So you're in the White Sox or the Orioles next?
The White Sox.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You want to win these. Let me rephrase.
You could have won 6 out of 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to win these games no matter what, and you didn't do it. But it's okay because you're going to go through these streaks without hitting. I mean, this is something that happened last year. Actually, happened all of last year. But this team can get the bets going. I mean, as long as you win the games you're supposed to win, you shouldn't be concerned on the hitting side. I mean, they're glaring flaws. Aaron Hicks, Joey Gallo. You got to get rid of them. You got to get a new solution there into the center field.
I love that.
What? No, tell me. Tell me. Go ahead, tell me.
Listen, the Yankees pitching staff to this point, May 23rd, has been unbelievable, right? Everybody.
What did I bring up the pitching staff?
No, just let me go through. And by the way, if you want to call about the Yankees or anything, the incident between Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson, you could call 516-572-7440. But Yankee fans, listen, I understand as a Met fan, I'm aggressive and I want things to happen if they're not going my way when it comes to players or managers or GMs, whatever. But everything is going right for this team.
You have such a smirk on your face, which you should be watching on Facebook Live, by the way.
Everything's going right for this baseball team, and yet
what? So I can't say, hey, we need another outfield bat. That is forbidden for me to say. And I want another outfield bat when we need another outfield bat.
It's not forbidden. It's excessive.
Excessive. Have you seen Joey Gallo? He's excessively bad.
There are 3 issues with this team. There's a catching issue, and then there's your Joey Gallo and Aaron Hicks issue. And the amount of people I've seen...
So then why are you telling me I'm being greedy? There's an issue there.
The amount of people I've seen that just say, cut him or trade him. Yeah, okay. Like, it's that easy. Did you see Esteban Florial in center field yesterday? A pop fly to center field. He can't even read it right off the bat.
Well, that's why you need another outfield bat. That's not Florial.
That's going to replace Hicks? What do you think? The Yankees are going to cut Hicks?
I don't think they're going to. Okay.
Eat his $11 million?
Please, I am not a caller on 98.7. I'm not stupid.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is there could be pieces moved to get another outfield bat.
Oh, yeah. And keep Hicks. And if Hicks is gone, okay, or if you're going to replace Hicks, you're going to get rid of him. You're going to cut him. Nobody's trading for the guy. He's terrible, and he makes $11 million. You think the Yankees are going to eat his $11 million and release him?
I don't think they're going to eat it.
And then sign somebody else or make a trade for somebody else? You think that's going to happen?
I think
this early in May? It's May 23rd. Matt's over here sending tweets about JD Martinez getting cut.
Hold on, Mike. What did I say in May? When did I say in May that this was going to happen? I never said it was going to happen in May.
You just said they have to get these guys out of here.
Eventually.
2 months from now? Okay, they still got to get these guys out of here. If you give it them 2 months, they're
am
probably
I
going to
being
play better.
gaslighted right now? Am I
No.
You're telling me that there's I'm at a loss for words. You're telling me there's no adjustment need to be made in the outfield. Like nothing has to change.
That's not what he's saying at all. He's saying it's going to be harder than you think.
I'm sure it's not easy. It's not easy to win a World Series.
It's not.
We're 13 minutes in, and I think I'm going to get him to yell. I think I'm going to get it. We have a bet going, a chicken
We don't
roll
have a bet. We don't have
at Pizza Supreme. Yes, we
don't have
do.
a bet because you didn't want to buy into the bet.
No, we did.
Because I'm going to lose the bet.
We
Because
have
I
a
get
bet
angry
going.
very easily. It's all right.
Anthony said there's only 2 people that can make him yell at the station, and I said that is definitely wrong. I could be that one. And he did yell at me before the show, but whatever.
That's true.
I'm going to get him to yell at some point at me in the next 45 minutes.
Nice.
But so greedy. I mean, so greedy. So greedy.
I can't believe he's like saying this.
There are some Met fans that are aggressive too when it comes to this stuff.
Some of them are a little too aggressive, the Met fans. Like,
Okay.
Like
No.
Like
Shut
trade
up.
for
Shut
Wilson
up.
Contreras.
No,
Oh
this
yeah,
is-
like they're gonna do that. Okay.
This is a problem. It doesn't have to be great. It's just got to be a consistent piece. Hicks isn't consistent. Gallo isn't consistent. I don't want, and not that they trade for him because he's locked up, but I don't need Nick Castellanos. I just need someone solid contact.
So you want so what you want? Hold on. So you want Aaron Hicks, who's making $11 million, and I'm almost positive Gallo's making right around there as well.
a little more, I think.
You want these guys to be both of them, not just one of them. I can understand one of them. You want both of them to act as 4th or 5th outfielders. That's what you want.
I want one of them. One's got to go. One can stay on the come off.
Where are you sending him? Where are you sending him?
So one of them, probably Hicks, you're going to eat the $11 million. Mm-hmm. You're going to try and get rid of Joey Gallo, which would be pretty difficult, to be honest with you, at this point right now. Well,
There's a buyer out there.
You think you got Steve Cohen money? You could just eat contracts like that? How's that?
Hey, we did it with Ellsbury. We'll do it again.
You can't just eat that contract. No, he will. Ultimately, I think Hicks will be gone. But you need a replacement. You need a. What was that kid, the center fielder last year that came up? Greg what?
Greg Allen.
Greg Allen.
On the Pirates.
If you had a Greg Allen that came up from AAA and was really good for 2 weeks or even longer, and you liked him, you liked what you saw.
Loved what I saw from him last year.
And in AAA as well, you really thought that this guy could be a serviceable 4th outfielder. Cut Hicks. That's fine. They're not cutting Hicks yet. They probably
Until you
will.
know you can replace him, yeah.
They probably will. But you're 29-12.
Oh, so that means I can ignore the flaws on this team.
With them, you're 29-12. For the love of God, do you people ever stop complaining?
Do you understand?
Hold on.
Not you, just your fan base. I'm not pointing this at you.
No, but you said you guys.
You
Please.
guys, yeah, you guys, you fans.
The Yankee fans. Do you understand how many wins they're on pace for right now?
A whole lot of them.
120.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
They won't, but they're on pace. That's still crazy.
And by the way, they probably could win 110 games despite Gallo and Hicks out there.
Easily.
But does that win them a World Series?
Probably, Anthony. You have arguably the MVP. You've got Stanton playing at a high level. You've got an incredible pitching staff.
Well, here's
now your
the problem.
bullpen will get to
Here's
them in
the
a minute.
scenario. In the playoffs, bases loaded, 2 outs. Aaron Hicks comes up to bat.
Oh, my God.
Scenario. What happens in that
Pinch
scenario?
hit.
In that scenario, what I think is going to happen most likely is either Hicks will be cut or Hicks will be your 4th outfielder. You'll bring in somebody else, and you'll also have Gallo playing a little bit better. That's what I think is going to happen.
Well, sign me up for that. But as things are going right now, it's not going to be in the future.
It's
well, you're
still
also
fairly early.
You're also not in the World Series, so
Well, I want to win the World Series.
I'm just saying our scenarios equal the future.
Okay.
It's fairly early in the season.
It is a little early. That's why I said, I'm not too alarmed. There are adjustments that I would like to be made in the future. Maybe another outfielder bat, possibly. But I'm taking it easy because it's an incredible start where a team I thought wasn't going to be as good as they are, which I was completely wrong about.
I get it. I was being a little funny
you
there.
were. You think you were being a little annoying there.
Listen, if Gallo does not figure it out, then I do believe they should go get another bat in the outfield. But it also begs, to ask this question: what do you do with Stanton? Is Stanton playing in the outfield every day? I'd like him to. What are you doing at DH? You're still playing roulette with guys who sit, who's playing the infield, who's DHing. So it's interesting. They got a lot of players for not so many positions, and a couple of these guys are not producing.
It happens.
It happens. Now, let me talk about something very quickly with this Yankee team because If you asked me 2 weeks ago how I felt about this unit, I would have said, oh my God, how do you not feel 100% confident that every time they go out there, they're going to seal the deal? And that's the bullpen. Feel a little different about the bullpen right now.
It's one series, Mike.
The Yankee bullpen.
It's one main culprit. Okay?
No, it's not one main culprit. Okay. Now let me just say this: when the Mets lost Trevor May, I was like, all right, that's not the worst thing in the world. But a week or two after that, and even now, I do feel the loss of Trevor May in that bullpen. That's a trusted arm that at times is not that great, but could also eat innings for you and be a guy that just gets outs when you need him, whether you're winning big or losing big. Okay? And it stretches out your bullpen so you don't have to use your really good guys early. You're going to feel that loss with Chad Green, who was more effective than Trevor May was this season.
Chad Green, who had not that many Chad Floodgate moments, which he's famous for. He had a very good season. And listen, I'm still keeping hopes up at the bullpen. I mean, he's like you said, he's a guy that eats innings.
I'm not done.
You're not done.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I have a complaint with the Yankee bullpen too, but you can go.
Johnny Loizaga has not been good at all this season. He has been ineffective, and he was ineffective again last night. That's not concerning to you? Bullpens are very year to year. Believe me, I've seen it with my team.
Here we go.
They're very year to year, and he was unbelievable last season. Their best reliever. And now, this year, struggles to get outs in big spots.
He's having a down year?
But that's a guy that, in your mind, coming into the season was a top reliever.
So let's say, okay, then there needs to be another adjustment made. Oh, you're being greedy. You're being greedy.
No. Not yet. Not yet. You're not being greedy yet.
Okay. But me wanting another outfielder bat. Down the line.
Michael King has been unbelievable this season. Has hit a little rough patch. I'm not too worried about that guy. He's really looked really good. So I'm not going to throw him into this scenario. Pitching depth, which is important. Luis Heel, he's out for the year. And probably next year. Tommy John surgery. That's not good. And finally, the big guy, Chappie, has been brutal.
Call him that.
Well, Boone calls him Chappie. Why wouldn't I? But anyway.
Can I say something on Chapman?
Yeah.
It's not as much about Chapman as it is about another guy. Why is Clay Holmes not your ninth inning guy right now?
Right, yeah.
Why not?
Because look at the money you're paying Chapman.
That should not matter. That should not matter.
If you want to win ball games,
hold on. It shouldn't matter. But the Yankee philosophy is you're paying him that money. Why would you have
That's not the Yankee philosophy.
They want to win ball games, win World Series.
And I'm going to tell you right now that from here on out, that's it. Holmes
should be the closer.
He's probably been the best reliever this season.
There's something there where I don't see them using Chapman in the 7th or 8th inning. I don't think they're going to bring themselves around to doing that.
They're going to have to. Now they make up this injury that he has an Achilles injury now, of course, after he blows a lead in the 9th. Now we find out about the Achilles injury. And if he does have one, why are you throwing him out there? And now I want to know everything about this injury. When did you find out about it? How bad is it? Why is he pitching on it? That's what I want to know. Is he going to continue to pitch on it?
It's like Trevor May when he got hurt and then just kept pitching. They asked him, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. I can pitch." And look what happened.
And now, if you know
it's an interesting thing. It's a contract year for Chapman too.
If you know about this injury, and and this is what Boone said. He said, "No, I want the ball." That could be something. It's a contract year, but you can't give in. You cannot give in to him, and just say, "Oh yeah, here's the ball."
You can't, but here's the thing. He's the Cuban Missile. He's the guy you market.
He is no longer that guy.
He's no longer that guy, but the principle of him being that guy is still there.
Aroldis Chapman is done. He's washed up.
Let's say he's averaging what in this fastball? 98 now?
Hold on. Probably around that. I'd say even lower. But Mike, if this has been a recurring problem for a couple games now, tell me why Boone has consistently ran him out there.
I couldn't tell you that.
Exactly. Don't you see that it's maybe a principle thing?
See, this is
paying
also,
him that money? Because they should be putting Clay Holmes in that 9th inning spot.
This is an analytical thing, okay? Where the analytic people say, why the hell do you wait to use your best reliever to the 9th inning if there's no guarantee you're going to get to the 9th inning with a 3 runs or less lead, okay? Analytics hate a closer. They want to use the best reliever in the biggest spot in the game. And the biggest spot of the game can be the bottom of the 6th, the bottom of the 7th, whatever, the 8th, whenever that is. Okay? And we always talk about this with the Yankees, how they're half pregnant when they do things, especially analytics. We brought that up all last season long. And this, in my opinion, is where they're kind of half pregnant because they have used Chapman in that ninth inning, and they've stuck to that for a while now, for, all these years, and even going back to last season and now the beginning of this season, they've used him there. Clay Holmes is their best reliever, and they do use Clay Holmes in the biggest situations possible when they can in the game that's not the ninth inning. So they do believe in this, and they believe that you should not wait to use your best reliever. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're not saving their best reliever for the ninth inning. They're using their best relievers when they need them.
That's so stupid. If that's the theory, that's so stupid. Because you're going to put, let's say Clay Holmes gets those outs, then you're going to bring Chapman in later in the game, and he's going to blow the game. So what the hell was the point of putting Clay Holmes in that spot?
You stayed in the game till that point.
That's how the analytics people view it. I don't like that. I think you should have a closer. Everybody else, you rank them and you say, this is when we want to use them. But I agree with having a closer. I like knowing Edwin right now, knock on wood. I like knowing Edwin Diaz is coming in the ninth inning. Actually, I don't love it because he makes me nervous sometimes. But every closer does. Every closer does.
He's on track, 40 saves. So,
yeah, you're going to lose a bet there to me. You buy me an Edwin Diaz t-shirt. Real excited for that one. All right, that's the Yankee pen. And by the way, I said this last week, the starters who haven't thrown a lot of innings, I truly hope they can stay healthy. Because it's not likely that all of them are going to be able to pitch full seasons. And you're going to see maybe innings limits. You're going to see, guys taken out early and fans are going to get upset. But you got to know something. It's for the betterment of this team. That if, Tyone is having a great game and he's in the fifth late in the year and the Yankees are up, they're going to say, listen, we need to save this guy.
It's weird because I feel like Chapman might deserve a move down in the rotation. I think he deserves to be put in that 7th, 8th inning. Maybe
100%.
Demotion. Maybe get him if he's healthy.
Isn't that what we're saying right now? Isn't that what we were just saying?
But then again, that's not what the analytics are saying because he's not your best pitcher. So why would you put him in that clutch spot?
I wouldn't put him in a clutch spot.
So what the hell do you do with him?
But I don't know who goes in a clutch spot right now. That's kind of my issue.
Other than Clay Holmes, they don't have. Michael King's been great till now.
Other than Holmes, and 100%, I trust King still, and I wouldn't stop using him in clutch spots, and he can give you multiple innings. But, he goes 2 innings one day, he's out the next. It's not 3 straight days with a guy that goes multiple innings.
It's a problem.
I don't know.
But I'm greedy. I want another bullpen arm.
I don't know.
That's being greedy.
I don't know if it's a problem yet. Let's see how things work out. Let's see if Chapman's not injured and he can pitch well, not in the 9th inning. Let's see if Holmes continues this and King bounces back and Loaiza goes better.
They have so much of a cushion with how good they've been in their record. They can just wait these things out
which is a perfect time if Chapman's healthy. Experiment. Put him earlier in the rotation.
And look at the experiment they did with Clay Holmes. They traded him for, I even forget who, from Pittsburgh. Look how fantastic he's been. So it's possible. 516-572-7440 is the number to join here. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Michael Merlo. I am joined by Anthony Deus and Matt Leonard. Move on to the Mets here very quickly, who quietly just took care of business all weekend long, all week long, after, what we called a bump in the road. They were 500 for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they came out this week, went 5-2, and were very impressive against a good Cardinals team. And then, again, in a tough place to play in Coors Field over the weekend. They were good, and I have a couple of stats here, but you guys go first. Historic numbers from the Mets pitching staff.
It was, 35 degrees in that doubleheader at Coors Field, which is crazy because it was 90 degrees here. But that's not easy conditions to play, and they got snowed out at Coors Field. I mean, you're right. Not an easy place to play. And because we saw that in that game they lost, that was a brutal loss, but they bounced back the next day and they were great.
The Mets have won 14 straight games off of a loss. That's unbelievable. They are avoiding losing streaks. They've only had 1 2-game losing streak all season, and that was the first week of the year. Listen to this. I heard this from Wayne Randazzo on Saturday when the Mets won the first game of the doubleheader. This is the stat. So it had been 84 straight home games that the Rockies scored 2 or more runs at home. It was the longest streak in NL history and the second longest streak in baseball since 1900. The Mets held Colorado to 2 runs or less on back-to-back days and shut them out on Sunday.
Nice.
How crazy is that?
I want to give props to 3 guys here. One is a kind of rubbing both of your faces here. Cookie Carrasco. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
For what you guys expected out of him,
That's fair.
he is really
We didn't know what to expect.
After last year,
Taijuan Walker, great performance.
he was fantastic.
And even Seth Lugo at the end of the second doubleheader.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole pitching staff
First doubleheader, excuse me.
was great over the weekend, except Chase and Tree. He was not good. And my
That was
guy,
that was a bullpen game. So
Yeah.
even with how rocky this unintentional.
but bam.
I'm happy for you guys. Believe it or not, I'm very happy that things are going your way. And drop your phone too.
I've dropped everything. I've dropped the pen twice. Dropped my phone.
It happens. I mean, listen, I am WHPC's pen dropping culprit.
No, I think I am.
No, it's Michael.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was a good weekend for the Mets. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous about this upcoming stretch in June. Hopefully they take care of business in San Francisco, and they got the Phillies this weekend, and then the Nats, and then June comes along, and they go to play the Dodgers for 4. They go to San Diego for 3.
Well,
they go to L.A. for 3 for the Angels.
Because look at what the Phillies did to the Dodgers.
Yeah. Did you see that loss yesterday?
Terrible.
Oh my God. Made me sick.
That was really bad.
It wasn't even a consistent. It was just mental errors all over the place for the Dodgers.
And you expect Muncy to be one of your better guys. And I don't understand what happened there.
Turner makes that great play at third where he fakes out Real Milto. And you still lose that game.
We're talking about the Dodger Philly game yesterday.
You shouldn't. I like your chances again winning the series against the Dodgers.
I'd like to split in LA. I'd like to possibly take 2 out of 3 from one of the Angels or the Padres. But you come home and you got the Brewers, the Marlins. Then you got 4 games or 5 games against the Astros.
They haven't played the Marlins yet, right? No,
they haven't played the Marlins.
That's the first time playing the Marlins,
and they always give them a tough time.
Yeah, exactly.
Not good. Not a good June stretch. And, to lose your 2 pitchers. I haven't been on since the Scherzer news came out. But not good to lose both of you have these 2 guys out. You have McGill out. And hopefully by June you do have McGill back.
We have breaking news about Josh Donaldson.
What happened?
1 game suspension and a fine. He has chosen to appeal.
Yeah, I would appeal that. That's something.
Yeah.
That's difficult. And I would be mad if I was Donaldson, because in his defense, it is going to be, I was trash talking him. I was, wasn't racist. It wasn't anything.
Referencing his own words.
What?
He was referencing his own words.
Right.
Tim Anderson's words.
This is a hard defense for Major League Baseball, which is why I'm actually surprised they came down with a suspension. It's hard. It's hard to defend.
Touchy subject.
See? This is why it's good when I don't have my phone. It's bad when I don't have my phone in my hand. And people say,
well, we have the Yankee lineup, by the way.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is very, very interesting.
Is Hicks in?
Hicks is in. Oh. Left field.
All right.
Batting first, Anthony Rizzo playing first base.
Interesting.
Second, Aaron Judge playing right field.
Okay.
Batting third, the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. Oh, no. This is stupid.
This is going to have to be quicker.
This is stupid.
This is going to have to be quicker.
Second base, batting fourth, Gleyber Torres. Shortstop, Kiner Falefa. Hicks in left field. Estevan Florial in center field. Jose Trevino behind the plate. And playing third, Marwin Gonzalez.
Yeah, so Donaldson is also on the COVID IL now.
Oh, boy.
But
rough week for Josh Donaldson.
He gets a 1-game suspension, and he gets a fine. That's tough.
And he's got COVID, apparently.
Yeah, Gallo's on the IL right now, the COVID IL. Higashioka's on there, so...
They're all vaccinated, right? Because they all got the shots eventually to play in Toronto?
Yeah, they all played in
They'll
Toronto.
Be back quick, then, most likely.
But yeah, I mean, listen, this is a very interesting decision for Major League Baseball. It comes down hard here on Josh Donaldson. So a 1-game suspension and a fine for Donaldson for the incident over the weekend. I don't know their defense. I don't. 516-572-7440. If you got any thoughts on that, Donaldson suspended 1 game, and he gets a fine. Difficult to defend. The Yankees got the O's coming to town and a lineup which is without a lot of the regulars due to some guys.
I don't know how the hell you bet Gleyber fourth. I don't know in what reality you do that. I mean, I really don't know.
Who
Well,
usually
and
bats
look at the rest of the lineup today. Who would you put forth over him?
I'd put
today?
Jose Trevino over.
Really?
That's just you being petty.
That's just
Nah.
petty. But I don't know what the hell Glaber's showing you. I know he's very good against righties at home. What the hell compels you to play him at the fourth spot in the hit lineup? It's so stupid.
Because guys are out.
But to be fair, why should I expect anything? But no, that's so stupid because it's okay if he's in the lineup, but why is he batting fourth?
Because again, look at the rest of that lineup. Who are you putting there?
Where's DJ? Batting leadoff?
No DJ.
I don't think he's hitting. He's not in today.
No DJ?
Nope.
So
No DJ.
he's probably
COVID or something.
getting looked at, I would be guessing. I don't know, unless it's a rest day for him. Yeah, so 1-game suspension. He's chosen to appeal this. We do have a caller on the line. Thank you very much for pointing because I did not see. I was on my phone. I always get yelled at for being on my phone, but if I was on my phone before, I would have known that answer. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dean. I'm calling from Seaford. How are you?
What's going on?
I just driving home and I'm listening to you guys. I'll tell you, first time ever heard you guys, and you guys are pretty good.
Thank you very much. Continue to listen. We're always very good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Talking about the Yankees, I mean, come on. You know. So first of all, you made one mistake.
What's
so
that?
one of you guys said that Gallo's not consistent. Oh, he's very consistent. He's consistently horrible.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could tell I'm not a Yankee fan, but he's when they got him and people talked him up, I'm like, can you look at the track record? Guy's hitting 180, and he's horrible. So that's neither here nor there. I just heard they suspended Donaldson.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's a suspension and a fine.
Can you tell me why?
Well,
'Cause I don't. You don't I don't agree with it. I mean, what did he do? That's crazy.
right, and I actually don't agree with it either. I wouldn't have suspended him. I think it's really tough to defend because, again, there's no proving whether or not this was a racial comment. There's no proof in saying is this different from any other trash talking that gets done on the field or off the field.
Exactly.
You can't prove that.
Exactly. And what's the racial? What's his name called himself or compared himself, right?
To Jackie Robinson, yes.
You saw the quote. So I played all my life. Obviously didn't make it, but I got pretty far. The trash talking you did, especially if you're losing or whatnot, and the guy makes an error, I'd be the first one to be like, "Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Are you kidding me? That's racist." No, that's basically saying you compared yourself to an iconic person, and the bottom line is you stink. Now, I know the guy's a good ball player, but you know what I'm saying? So that's a little ridiculous that they actually are suspending a guy. How about when guys, throw at someone's head or whatever, bench clearing brawl? He gets the first warning, and that's it. So I don't understand that. I mean, that's not really why I called, but I just heard at the last minute. That's ludicrous. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, again, it's really tough. How do you prove this to be any different than me calling you another name or something like that?
Well, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the commissioner?
I think he's an idiot.
Exactly.
But I don't know if this is his call or not. He's got a lot of people working with him and probably helping him make this decision. I don't even know if it landed on his desk.
I'd be shocked if this was his decision. I'd
Right.
be shocked.
Okay, but if he has people working for him, like you say, and I would imagine if you're the boss, they have to bring things up, right? I mean, this is not just say, "Hey, we fined the guy $500. You suspended a player." He probably won't because now it's a black-white thing. But I think Donaldson should fight it. But regardless, the commissioner has to know about this. Okay, this guy's a buffoon, and my thing. This is where you really see. I really don't want to admit to this, but hey, I'm an older guy now, and I'll admit to it. I'm a Cincinnati fan.
Wow.
Oh,
Put friggin' Pete Rose in the hall. Stop the bullshit. How about that? Just put him in. If this commissioner was smart, he'd get up and he goes, "Look, I'm just going to do this." Pete Rose is automatically in the hall. We're not even voting, and that's it. They're afraid that Rose is gonna get up and make a speech and rip people. The guy's not going to do it. He's 86 years old. and no one's gonna. You don't have to reinstate him, but put him in the Hall of Fame. You have his bat in there. You have his spikes. You have glove. This and that. So if he's not in the Hall of Fame, then take all the stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Do something right for a change. This commission is an idiot.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. And yes.
All right, guys. I'll be listening. Definitely. Good show.
And I agree that Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, 100%. But I don't know. It's tough. And you know what also is an issue? The way they are in bed with the gambling. I figured it out now.
Okay.
I'm good. I got the phones all figured out. We got a couple of calls.
I think I know the other call is. I heard a little bit of the voice.
And we have another caller on the line. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ross. I can't believe you're saying Trevor May is a huge loss.
You don't understand.
You had to know he was going to call about the bullpen.
You heard Trevor May.
By the way, Ross, how about that bullpen all week long? All week they were great. All weekend, all week they were good.
How many runs did they give up in the 6th inning?
That's one inning of a game, Ross. The whole week they were great.
Which game?
I think he means the Rockies game when they lost big.
Oh, yeah, the bullpen game, which they punted. Yeah, I'm not going to argue there. You know why the Trevor May loss is big, Ross? Because, look at that rhyming. Because, yes, he wasn't effective. I completely agree with you. He was not great this season. But in games in which they're winning big or have a 4 or 5 run lead, and they got to waste guys like Drew Smith or Adam Ottavino or Seth Lugo in a game, it's nice to have somebody like that in that game. Yes, he might give up a 2-run shot, but if he eats that inning for you or eats an inning and a half for you, that's big. And I felt the loss, especially with guys they've brought up. Chase and Shreve now getting more opportunities, and we've seen how bad he is. So that's my thing.
I was going to say that's why I said before the Scherzer news, they needed to get a bullpen. They didn't do it.
We've been talking a lot about trades, though, Ross, and I find it very hard to believe that a team is going to make a trade right now. I find it very hard to believe. Because you cannot show your fan base that you are going to just punt on a season like that this early. It's hard to.
You're punting with using Jason Shreve and those guys. Those aren't reliable guys.
But there are no trades to make right now. What trade are you going to make?
Trade with the what's it called? Oh, trade with the Reds. The Reds are getting rid of everybody.
Who do they have? Who do they have in that pen that is
Diaz's
willing?
Brother.
Diaz's brother. He's actually been good.
He's pretty good.
And listen, you're right. The Reds may be a pathetic franchise right now and may just sell off a piece. I know Tyler Mahle, one of their starters, is an option for the Mets closer to deadline season. That's absolutely an option. But still, I don't think they're going to make that trade right now.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, look for the really bad teams right now, and that's where you got to look at.
Just start scouting. I think he's saying, yeah.
Right, Russ, and I'm sure they are. You don't think they've done that already? Of course, they're looking at options to bring in. When it gets closer to when teams make trades. But these teams have to sell tickets, right? And there are some fans, sure, that are already fed up with the Cincinnati Reds. But imagine they start trading pieces right now. They're going to have absolutely nobody in there on top of what they have right now in that stadium. Nobody's going to go to those games.
But that's why I said before the season started, they need to fix the bullpen.
Well, we can't play Monday morning quarterback right now. We're in the middle of this season. We need to look forward, and this is what they're going to have to do.
I can. Epler stinks.
Epler does not stink. He does not stink.
That bullpen is malpractice.
It's not malpractice. It's not great, but it's not that bad.
This isn't any Reds or malpractice. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, this is not a fireable offense. Billy Epler is not a bad GM.
Okay,
Please.
I'm just saying, if you miss the playoffs because of that bullpen, there's going to be a lot of heat on him.
They're 13 games over 500. It's not like they're not going to add to this bullpen when they have to. When they should, I should say.
Okay, no, I think they will fix the bullpen. I'm just saying, you're gonna, instead of just paying money to guys, now you got to trade for them.
No, I agree with you. But it's not as easy. And they did think guys were going to bounce back and have good seasons. I agree. I thought Lugo would be, and I think Lugo's been fine so far, but not great. But I thought they thought Lugo would be better and May would be better. And Ottavino's been fine. But yes, they should have added. I agree. And thank you for the call, Ross. We appreciate it. I hope all's okay. You know, I kind of had a feeling when I said Trevor May was not that bad.
You felt it.
But
you opened Pandora's box.
Yeah. But
it's that and Trash and Julius Randle on a Friday that get calls.
You are listening to WHPC Sports Talk. You're on the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC, 516-572-7440 is the number to join. Boston Red Sox. They are back. Trevor Story is back.
Not back.
Here come the Sox.
I wouldn't go that far with
Here come the Sox.
Like dirty water, right?
Dirty water.
You don't even know the lyrics of the song. He doesn't even know how.
What's the next one? What's the next line?
Oh, come on, Mike.
Come
on, Mike. I'm not singing it.
Just play it.
Do you even know the name?
Play the song.
I'll just play it. That's fine. Don't sing it for me. I'll just play it.
We have access to all the songs in the world.
I mean, I hope we have it in here.
Do we not?
Who's it by? Can you at least give me that?
We got two options there.
Standals or Lecrae?
Standals. Standells.
Is it them?
Yeah, it's them.
Oh, thank you. This is Dirty Water by the Standells. We're getting excited for the Boston Red Sox.
Why wouldn't you play
here.
Sweet Caroline?
Oh, we could have done that too. But this is also. You always hear this song with the Red Sox, all on TikTok too. Whenever there's a Red Sox video, you either hear Sweet Caroline or Standells. But anyway, about the Sox, we got the song playing.
They're 10 games back, Mike. Relax.
They're 10 games back. What were they like? I think they were 15 games out last week. Okay, so let's give them credit where credit's due. And Trevor Story did have a huge week. He had 6 home runs, proving some haters wrong. But it's actually bad for us. I'm actually trying to root against the Red Sox because I would like the Red Sox to sell off pieces at the deadline and be out of it because they have a ton.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think Bogarts could absolutely be... Oh, yeah. But anyway, I think Xander Bogaerts could absolutely be traded. I do not think he's going to be back there. And he would fit well on a ton of other teams. Not my team, but I think like the Cardinals, things like that. I think that would be a great fit. But two guys that I think could fit the Mets very well, JD Martinez possibly, a guy out of that bullpen possibly. Those would be great fits for this team.
Who would you want from the bullpen there if you had to name somebody?
Is Whitlock starting or is he in the pen?
I don't know.
I'm asking the Yankee fan that sees them.
See, we saw them once.
Have you seen them yet? You saw them once, right? Yeah.
We saw them once.
Well, I don't know. I just think you'd follow them. I know who's coming out of the bullpen and off of the Phillies.
Who's being greedy now? Garrett Whitlock and JD Martinez.
Oh, I'm sorry. The two best pitchers on this planet got hurt. I'm very sorry.
Two best. Well,
I'm sorry that
Who would you put above Scherzer?
I'm trying to get him angry. Stop.
All right.
I'm sorry
Don't go.
I'm trying to fact check you.
Stop.
That makes no sense.
Stop, please. So it's okay when he tries to get me upset, but when I try to get him upset.
Because that makes no sense
God forbid
at all.
I try and get him upset.
Because that makes no sense.
Matt's got my back, that's all. Sorry.
Phillies are on your back. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Eight games out.
Oh, but the Red Sox, 10 games out. Watch out.
Games
Watch
back.
out.
Because they've had a good week. When are the Phillies going to heat up?
Don't say that. Don't speak that into
That's right.
existence.
You're telling me so far against the Dodgers in 2 different series, you're not worried that they're up there?
No, I'm not.
We really need 2 hours. Yeah, because they completely dropped the ball against the Dodgers this weekend. They should have got swept this weekend. But no, Max Muncy can't feel the damn ground ball. Okay, good job.
He dropped the ball.
Good job, Max Muncy.
So, Mike, I should be concerned because the Orioles are 12 and a half games back, right?
Oh, please, for the love of God. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Justin. I'm at Jones Beach right now.
What are you doing at Jones Beach?
I'm living it up, baby.
You were there yesterday, too, walking the boardwalk.
I was there Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Are you bringing seashells back to Crank's Collectibles?
I could possibly do that. I actually have a question about the New York racists. I mean Yankees.
Oh, my God.
Maybe I'm just an idiot, which is most likely the case.
Which is true.
Yes.
Why wouldn't a guy, and I'm sure there's a reason for it, and you guys will know, Why is a guy like Aaron Judge bat second if he has like the most home runs in baseball? Is that something that he's just always done?
Well, the better question is, why is Gleyber Torres, who's done nothing all season?
Answer his question
to answer
first.
Justin's question, it's an analytical thing. It's a newer analytics thing. You bat your best hitter second.
Really?
It's a new wave of like analytics there with the lineup and everything. That's what they say.
You get them up. You know,
you get them up more at bats. Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you a fan of that, Anthony? Would you want him to bat cleanup?
I don't mind him. I like him batting third, second. It doesn't really bother me. I told you what already bothers me. For some stupid reason.
Okay, enough! There's a lot going on in this team right now. Enough!
And how about our Rangers, by the way?
We were just about to get to that.
All right, boys. I'll be listening.
Thank you, Justin.
Don't fall into the water.
Okay. That sounded like a threat. That sounded like a threat.
Anthony's going to drive down to Jones Beach and push Justin into the Atlantic Ocean.
But very quickly,
I got to walk across the sand, sail him out there. I hope he falls off the boat.
Is this inappropriate of me that I don't believe you guys like jumped up as I said that I don't believe we're in New York, and sure the basketball playoffs are a national story, but the last 7 minutes or so I think that we should focus on the Rangers. Is that fair?
I'm with you.
Okay,
we're a New York-based sports show.
We're a New York sports show. I personally don't care about what happened at 10 o'clock Eastern time
in
last
Dallas.
night. Yeah, I don't. I can't bring myself to that. The Mavericks did lose, though, and they're down 3-0, and the Warriors are going to go back to the finals, so they're
going to win the finals, too.
I think so, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, let's talk about the Rangers.
Yeah!
Because the New York Rangers had a must-win Game 3 Sunday afternoon, and they took care of business at home. They beat the Canes 3-1, Anthony.
Well, I got to say, have you seen these Rangers? These Rangers that were completely dominant the first two periods of Game 1 and Game 2 and then fell apart, but somehow came back.
Yes.
Fantastic stuff. And hold on, let me circle back to a former Ranger, one of 6 former Rangers on the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, I know you're going to
Tony DeAngelo, who got thrown out of this team for punching backup goalie Georgiev in the face because of a misplay, which was a stupid play, but the fact that you yell at him and then try and punch him because he made a stupid play, that shows your brain capacity there. And then you proceed to start chirping after regulation ends. Max Domi, who tries to run Ryan Lindgren, try to hurt him after regulation, something my team would never do.
Hey,
listen, the Hurricanes live up to their
stupid... Didn't what's-his-face take out Sidney Crosby?
It's okay. No, that wasn't him. That was Jacob Trouba.
No, different guy, I'm saying, yeah.
Jacob Trouba is sometimes stupid. He tries to play hero ball, or hero puck, rather.
Hero puck, yeah.
But I never saw... I mean, it's always other teams going at the Rangers at the end of regulations. The Penn did it beginning of this last year. And listen, it's okay, because the Canes are living up to their mantra, something that old hockey head Don Cherry said, they're a bunch of jerks, and they are. I mean, if that's what they want to be, that's fine. You haven't really impressed me. You haven't really tested Shesterkin this series so far. I mean, the Penguins have tested Shesterkin more than the Canes have, and the Canes were supposed to be the better team, and they're a very beatable team. The Canes are. And the team that I thought would win the Cup, they're extremely beatable, and I think it still can happen. It's just, it sucks you lost that game in overtime, because that really swings momentum. But you swung momentum here.
You've showed that you can play with them on the road.
Absolutely.
And can I ask this question? Does it seem to me this postseason, you'll know more about this than I do, does it seem that they are winning games that they shouldn't and then losing games that they shouldn't?
Yeah. That's what it is, because in Game 1, when you have those open nets, about 15 open nets where you could have sealed the game, you missed them. I mean, it's like something the Rangers have always done throughout their career. They don't make it easy for their fans. I don't expect them to win the Cup this year, nor should really anybody. I mean, it's within the realm of possibility, but they need scoring, something they don't have a lot of. Panarin could be a scorer, but he chooses not to. He's a creator, and that's perfectly fine. But some of these open nets that were missed in Game 1, if we didn't win this game at the Garden, we're screwed.
Well, tomorrow night. At the Garden.
Nice.
A big game. It's really funny. My friends were texting. They're diehard Ranger fans. And my friend lives in North Carolina now. He moved, and he went to Game 1, And he's thinking about buying Game 7 tickets, obviously not guaranteed. And my one friend said, I'll fly down and come see the game with you. Buy me a ticket.
He can't.
If he buys...
yeah.
So I said, me too. For the hell of it, I'll just go. Why not? It would be fun. It'd be a week from today. So I don't know if it's actually happening. But how fun would that be? How great would that be?
Could you imagine the Rangers win in 6? Like, they win the next 3 games and you don't get to go?
No, I'm not going. I don't think I'm going. I want to go to a Met game.
That's a very big commitment, though.
I want to go to a big
commitment,
unless it's the Stanley Cup. I have no reason to go down out of a playoff game.
Unless it's fly down there?
Unless it's a game-clinching cup game for my team. I have no reason to go out of state to go see my team.
It isn't even like the conference final.
No, I don't. Right.
It's the second round.
It would be a waste of money for me. It would be more of a trip and an experience than anything else, like a little getaway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. I do want to go to a Met game a week from today, so that'd be cool.
Nice.
Oh, because that's such a big commitment. $5 Met tickets. Big commitment.
He doesn't buy $5 tickets. He sits in the Hyundai Club.
Yeah, I don't buy $5 tickets.
He sits in the Hyundai Club.
That's a problem you're creating for yourself.
I'm bougie, okay? I'm bougie.
I'm perfectly fine in my $7 promenade tickets. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't. I have to be at least in the infield.
Me being a bleacher creature, he looks down upon me. On his pedestal.
From his free food club.
Well, yes, I do. Not for the price reasons, but for being a bleacher creature,
okay,
yes, I do look down on you.
All right.
See, his trash can't reach the field from his seats. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Very stupid. Turn his mic off. That's
Shut up. Your mic's the same as mine. You'll be shut off too.
You know what's funny? Because you have it on the sheet here, and it's really quickly.
Oh, God.
So the Lightning are up on the other Eastern Conference thing. The Lightning are up 3-0 on the Panthers. The Panthers who won the President's Trophy, which is the most amount of points in a season.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Panthers, okay, so there's this rumor reported by a radio station down in Florida, 95.3 WDAE. And they were saying that some Panthers players were up till 3 a.m. partying at a Tampa Bay gentlemen's club.
That's great. Go. Good for them.
Good for them. Way to meet expectations. A team you were the shoo-in for the cup final, and you're going out at 3 a.m. Not in your hometown, out in Tampa.
You lose a tough game. You need to relax yourself. You need to do what you got to do. Good for them.
I mean, you live life, right?
You got to live life. You got to do what you got to do. No, I'm kidding. That is embarrassing if you're losing a series like that and you're out late like that. Yeah, not good. Not a good look for the Panthers.
I mean, that coach definitely has control of that locker room. Oh.
Is it true that they are 9 for their last 92 on a power play?
Oh, they're terrible.
That is... Carolina's not great either, but I don't think it's that bad.
At least they have a good penalty kill. I mean... You bring it... All right, so I know this is not a national show, but Ben Sherratt was a guy that was an interesting third-pairing defenseman. He's like your third-string defensive back.
Right.
They gave a first-round pick up for this guy. This guy can't stop a 2-year-old on a Mai Tai. That's how bad he is. And they gave a first-round pick up for him.
Mike, can I add something real quick before we go? My final thought of the day is Nick Foles signed today with the Indianapolis Colts. I said it to you guys earlier in our group chat. He will be starting over Matt Ryan by week 5.
I completely disagree with you.
So
all right.
That's my guy.
All right.
Another day we'll do a Matt Ryan fight because the amount of quarterbacks that get disrespected off the top of my head, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, disrespected by the media. We're going to get to that another day.
One of those a lot older than the other ones, just saying.
Yes, you're right. That's all the time we got for today, though. Thank you for listening to WHPC Sports Talk. For Anthony Deus and Matt Leonard, I am Michael Merlo here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Have a great rest of the day, everybody.